Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Today we're taking a look at the Rolex Datejust 41, reference 126334. And first I'd like to remind you that we're here at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where this watch is available on sale pre-owned at a price of $10,300. I'll be dropping a link in the description to the JB Hudson website where you can inquire about purchasing this watch or many other luxury watches that they sell. So now let's move on to this particular piece. So as I said, this is the Rolex Datejust 41 reference 126334, and this is the Rolex Datejust with the white gold bezel. It's got the fluted bezel, and obviously the Jubilee bracelet with the blue dial. So this is probably my favorite kind of steel and gold combination of the Rolex Datejust line. I just love especially that blue dial, and I like how the indices give it a little bit more of a sporty character to it. Given that this watch is available on sale here pre-owned for $10,300, it shows how much better the Rolex Datejusts, the new Rolex Datejusts, hold their value compared to Datejusts of old, which can be found for around probably $4,000 retail, meaning in the steel and gold configuration. And the original retail price of this watch was $9,900, so this actually went up in value, as opposed to many of the older Rolexes, the 36 millimeters from like the 80s and stuff that didn't. And the reason for that is probably the quality of the watch. And I'm qualified to talk about this because I actually owned a 36 millimeter Datejust from the late 80s to early 90s. So I wasn't alive in the late 80s to early 90s. The Datejust was from the late 80s to early 90s. But I can just say that the more modern Datejusts like this are of much higher quality. You can see on the bracelet, it's completely solid, whereas again on my Datejust, the center links, the polished center links were actually hollow, which is where the gold was. And overall, it's just a much heavier watch, and additionally, it's larger. And I just think that overall, you're getting a lot more quality for your money with a piece like this. Additionally, the quality of the polish as well as the brush kind of looks a little bit better than it did on my Datejust, and mine was a particularly good example, but it still didn't come close to this. So getting into the movement, so it's got the 3235 movement, it's got 70 hours of power reserve, which is fantastic. Again, 48 hours or above is kind of what I like to see in watches, but given that it's 70, it's over 2 days, so you're good to go. Nearly 3 days, actually. So this is just a very good kind of everyday watch. This definitely could be your only watch because it has dressy elements in the Jubilee band, but then sporty elements with those luminous indices. So I think that it's kind of a great all-arounder piece. So moving on to a wrist shot, and again, this is the 41 millimeter model. I have about a 6.5 inch wrist in circumference, so you can just kind of see the size comparison there. So I think that it looks totally adequately sized on my wrist. I think that it would look great on pretty much anyone's wrist. Rolex is almost every Rolex looks great on a variety of wrist sizes. I think the only one that might kind of challenge that notion would be the Yachtmaster 2, which is obviously really, really large. But other than that, any Rolex will most likely fit your wrist. So all in all, I think this is a great watch. Again, great quality and great value. Any steel Rolex is just absolutely it's gone up in value a lot, and they're very difficult to find new. And this is no exception to that. So thanks for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.